Hello everyone, time for a new Legacy video, and today we are playing Is It Delver? Is this truly, again, the best deck of the format? Let's find out. So Legacy right now is in a great shape if you ask me. I'm having a lot of fun in the format, and I've recently been doing playing other decks, and I always start with usually playing the best decks of the format. And in my spare time, I've actually played a lot of Delver. I have a gauntlet where I play a lot of Legacy decks. And Delver is definitely one of them. You should know how to play Delver or know how to play against it if you are playing Legacy. So let's dive into the deck real quickly. I think most people will know this deck list by now. Right now, if you look at the Delver decks, there's like one or two cards that differ between pretty much every deck that you see, which is usually in the sideboard. So the deck is fixed right now, currently. Now, this list is from the latest Legacy Challenge winner. It was a showcase. It was Sylvia Wateroo, if I pronounced that somewhat correctly. Probably not. But they finished really, really well. I think they finished 8-2, so it probably will be, let's see, Legacy Challenge, first place. So 8-2. And we have an inclusion here, Thundering Falls. That's usually land number 9, if you include it. Now, all the rest here is relatively stock. We have the creature base is always the same. We have the bolts and the baubles, and we have double questing druid. This is why we play Tropical Island, so just... Sure, it says Rug Delver, but it's not true. It's Blue-Red Delver with a splash for Questing Druid. We have all the blue stuff. That's pretty stock. And these four here are, as you can say, flex slots, but usually people play the same. What I've found is that people always play one Force Negation, one Unholy Heat these days, and one Borrower. And Preordained sometimes gets swapped out for something like Dismember. That's usually how the deck lists look like these days. And then sideboard, also relatively stock. Usually there's one Force Negation in here, double Hydroblast, some number of Consigned Memories, that's all relatively stock. 4 Pyroblasts, so you can see that the format is, again, relatively blue. I do like the Abrade, I think that's really cool. 1 Price of Progress is interesting, and then we have Graveyard Hate, as you can see. Blue-Black Reanimator is still one of the most popular decks, so we need to respect that, which is what they did with this list. So I really like playing Delver. I think it's a deck that's perfectly fine to start off when you're playing Legacy. So let's dive in. Ooh, that's not a great way to start this video, is it? Let's just mulligan. Lots of lag right from the start. I didn't have a lot of issues recently, so maybe the universe is telling me not to record while I'm playing. But this hand's fine. I'm going to keep. I'm probably going to start by getting rid of Tropical. And just ponder for a land. Could also preordain, but I think maybe preordain is better. Yeah, let's start with preordain. So what do we get here? Ball and Murktide, not what I want. I'm just going to put anything that was not going to be a land, I would probably put on the bottom. Wasteland. Technically it's a land, so I guess I can't complain. I do have another ponder, so as long as my opponent does not have a wasteland, we are good. Island. Okay, unfortunate for us. No wasteland shenanigans, but let's just ponder. So these are all relatively good. I think if I'm playing against a combo deck, I probably want to have the Force Will. I don't need that fetch land right now. Could also take the fetch though. Next turn, Brainstorm. I'm not going to cast this Murktide anytime soon. Probably want to shuffle away the wasteland with the Brainstorm, depending on what I'm up against. Yes, I'm going to draw the Force Will now, just in case I'm playing against the combo deck. Next turn, draw the Brainstorm and then the land. I'm not going to play the Wasteland because I don't want my opponent playing around the Wasteland. So they just play Scalding Tarn pass. I'm going to Brainstorm. If they do have Daze, it's fine. I don't need this Brainstorm per se. I'm actually okay if they just Daze here. Let's see what they do. Okay, so they did fetch Underground, so really good for us that we hid the Wasteland. Bowmasters, I'm gonna fight over that for sure. I will force here. I mean, if they force the days back, I have to. I think. Yeah, they clearly think the same. So I'm going to. What are they? Let's just empty the stack a bit. Let's just fight over this. They clearly do not have Daze, otherwise they would have used the Daze, of course. I think I'm just going to Wasteland here, honestly. Let's put 2 lands back. Could fetch here, though, get Thundering Falls, but I think I want to Wasteland. Getting them potentially off of black mana is really good. No blue card to go alongside the force is unfortunate, but they just play a mountain, so maybe that Wasteland that we played was really good. So I was expecting to be playing against blue-black aggro, but now that I've seen the mountain, we are playing against Grixis control. That's how it feels to me, at least. They ponder, they're digging for lands. I'll tell you one thing, Grixis control was not on my radar after I just saw the opening hand of Island. Generally, Grixis control is just never on my radar. This is interesting. They do not fetch with ponder, but miss a land drop. Important for me to realize. So they have something that they can do with blue or red mana. Honestly, my guess is that they just found another cantrip with this ponder and prefer to draw the cantrip than a blank card. That was my idea. I need a threat, so I'm actually going to leave the Delver on top. Let's play the Delver. They did take a pause for a long moment there, but okay, called it. So I think this is an important part of the game, right? You should always, at any given point, if you can, try to predict what your opponent had, right? My prediction was, my opponent clearly needed a land, and they did not shuffle with a ponder, and only having an island and a mountain, like, what could they have had that could potentially save them from this spot? So my guess was they just found another cantrip, brainstorm or ponder, and they played a ponder here, so our analysis was correct. Let's see what we reveal. Scalding Tarn. I do not want that. Let's shuffle that away. I'm going to get a tropical, just in case. A Murktide. Do I want to cast this now? I think I do, honestly. Probably just want to get some threads down, get the beats going. Just make it as big as I can. Let's see if they have force. Or removal. Just resolve, so I guess they have removal spells, or they're just blanking, you know. There is the swamp. Bolt on Delver is okay. And Shield's Edict. Perfect combination for my opponent. Let's see what we have as the follow-up. Wasteland. Not ideal. I'm not going to play it. I like hiding my Wastelands. Unfortunately, we didn't have another blue card for the Force Will, because I definitely would have fought over the Shield's Edict if I could. They ponder. Nothing I can do about that. They shuffle. Badlands. Okay. There goes the Wasteland. Cling to Dust. Sure. They are going to go for the grindy games. Another land. Not drawing particularly hot here. Just going to get rid of this one and yield through the turn. TEMUR. Okay, so I'm going to try and kill that immediately now that they don't have blue up, so they can't brainstorm in response. So in combat, I will kill this. Kind of hoping they force here, because then I could just bolt again. Darcy. Let's play it. Let's play a land first. I may just bolt them in response if they kill the Darcy. They force. Okay, that's aggressive. Fine by me. I guess if they don't have removal spells, it does make sense. But they are down to one card now, so any blue card is good here because then my force is live. So I think I just want to play Delver. I think I need to put the pressure on. I'm playing against a control deck, so the longer this game goes on, the worse it becomes for me. They Petty Theft. Petty Theft is okay. Nothing from my opponent. Let's draw here. Play the Delver. Pass. Force Will is nice now, having drawn Brainstorm. I could see myself not brainstorming and actually keeping the Force Will. We'll see. They will now cast the Brazen Borrower. That's okay. I really don't care about that. So that resolve, sure. May end of turn Brainstorm here. They will just attack. That's fine. Yeah, let's end of turn Brainstorm. See what's up. Can also put an instant on top. Lots of bad cards. Lots of bad cards. Wow, awful. Awful. I may... The idea was to put an instant on top and then draw it, but I'd rather get rid of two bad cards here than probably these two. I'd rather get rid of these two than and Delver not flipping than keeping one extra land, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna flip I'm going to try and flip this in my upkeep. So response to the trigger, let's fetch. And now they fail a push. This is okay. So of course I will not reveal. Drawing a lightning bolt, I guess, is okay. So I am going to bolt right now because I'm afraid of Kaito. So let's just do that now. Nothing. Okay, let's ponder. Bowmasters, I guess. So we're going to kill it. So we bolt the Bowmasters. Let's see what ponder gives us. Not bad. Not bad. Sorry about that. I think I'm going to take... Can't cast Dragon's Rage Channel right now anyway, so I'm just going to take the Brainstorm. Guess I should have pondered with Tropical, but I deliberately didn't do that. Because I wanted to be able to cast Questing Druid if I found it. Okay, they slam it for 1, that's okay. I'm probably going to protect my Dragon's Rage Channeler with this Brainstorm. Pitching it to Force to Will. We'll see. Maybe I should just Brainstorm Response though, right? It's probably better. Now, Colligan's Command is a difficult one. Question is, I will have to discard and they return Bowmasters. Discarding here is not that big of a deal because I have the Wasteland. So I can easily discard that. Bowmasters is also not that big of a deal. It does shut down Brainstorm, so I could see myself Brainstorming now. Or maybe just keep it and Brainstorm in response to them casting the Bowmasters. I don't hate that. Let's do that. I'm fine discarding the Wasteland. They play Narset, so I'm definitely going to fight over this. Do I want to force, though? I think I'm going to start with Brainstorm first. So I knew the card on top was the land, so let's get rid of that. And this is not bad. Let's think. So I'm going to put the land here, Bauble on top. Next turn, I'm going to draw the Bauble, and then with the Bauble, I can actually get rid of the land. So I think I'm actually going to counter this. Probably should have put the land on top, so it could have gotten rid of it with Darcy. Small mistake there. As you can see, this is I think this is the first mistake I made like this, though. So a little bit of inexperience with the deck showing here. There's so many triggers to keep track of. This one is correct, though, so let's play the Bauble. We see the land. Put in the graveyard. See what's up. Gonna check my opponent. Thoughtseize. Okay. I mean, it's good to know. So they will be able to take away whatever I find from the Bauble. Bolt. Okay. So now I'm happy because they're going to Thoughtseize me. I will Bolt in response. And that's pretty much 5 damage to the face. So I'm not really afraid of this Bowmasters. I should be able to race it. I'm curious to see if they're going to Thoughtseize. I think they should. Looks like they won't. Interesting. Okay, another bad draw. I've drawn a lot of land here. Seen 9 lands in total, which is a lot. Okay, so they're going to ping me. Ouch. Take 1. Currently, I am ahead in the race. I'm just waiting for them to use the Thoughtseize, if I'm being honest. Now, they do have the ability to hardcast Force Will. So, probably don't want to wait too long here. Using the Bolt. Whenever I think I'm just going to Bolt now as soon as I have the option to. Okay, so this is clearly a Force Will that they will play. So now it does change things because I'm going to put them to 4. So I'm just going to Bolt here, and now they have the Thoughtseize, they need to top deck. So I think it's the best choice right now to do this. Force Negation, that's not going to do anything for me, so let's put that in the graveyard. If they do get rid of Darcy, what I want to do is I want to find another threat. Something like Murktide, stuff like that. So it's going to be... I'm going to need to see how good their top deck is now. Alright, let's see what's up. Did they draw a good one? Okay, They have the Cling to Dust. I think they've actually forgotten about the Cling to Dust because they haven't used it in a long while. That would be my guess. But another land. We've okay. Yikes! Too many lands here. So many lands. So I think I want to have Pyroblasts. Do I want anything else? How much do I want to value the Cling to Dust? Not all that much, I think. I could see myself playing the Unlicensed Hearst. I don't think I want to have too many force effects. I feel like I can also trim down some number of Wastelands and Baubles. We saw how good they were at dodging the Wastelands. So I think I'm going to trim 2 Wastelands. That seems like a good number. Don't think I want to have Force of Negation. And trim down 1 Force of Will. I probably just want to have as much blast effects as I can, so I'm going to play Pyro and Hydroblast instead of Forces. That sounds like a good plan. Keeping 1 Forceful is nice. I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. I could see myself trimming maybe more Wastelands, trimming some number of Baubles, but I think this is perfectly fine. Okay, not bad. I'm going to keep definitely starting with this Dragon's Rage here since I have so many Baubles. I guess I just want to fill the graveyard as soon as possible. I could get their turn too, because depending on what the Baubles put into the graveyard, and next turn me pondering, this could go really fast. There's a land on top though, I should probably keep it. Yeah, let's just get rid of it, honestly. I think I want to find the land. Yeah, let's get rid of it. Check my opponent first. Strix, sure. I'm going to pass. I want to know the next card my opponent's going to draw as well. Hydroblast. Okay. Mountain. I'm going to check him again. So Bloodstained Maya and Strix. I just need to find a fetch land now, and then we have an active Darcy. Ooh, okay. So I think I'm actually going to play the Darcy first, then ponder. Probably just going to get rid of whatever's on top. Wasteland. That definitely has to go. So this means Darcy will flip, so they probably bolt in response, indeed. I do want to have that Scalding Tarn, because that's fine. That does find me a way to get Tropical for Questing Druid. Not bad, not bad. I think next turn I want to have the option to play Darcy and land. So next time I'm going to play the Delver, so I do want to have the Bolts third. I'm going to put them like this. This means next turn I can just play Delver and Darcy, and Delver will have a guaranteed flip next turn. The Bolts is also nice because it does get rid of Strix. They just play Delta and pass. Okay. They did pause for a moment there in the upkeep. Let's slam in here. Play Delver and Darcy. Get the beats going. I do want to have that Lightning Bolt. It's interesting to note that they did not play Strix, so they probably have Bowmasters. That's my idea. Mountain and Black, so there we have called it. There we have the Bowmasters. This is why I really don't think Bowmasters is good anymore in Legacy right now. Honestly, it's just, you can just see it coming. I don't think they have gotten me with the Bowmasters at any given time. It's just so obvious what you're doing. I know about Strix, so you up keeping up 2 mana, like, what are you going to do? May have to Hydroblast here. I don't absolutely need the Bolt. They Strix. Okay, so I will draw the Bolt. They only have a mountain up, so this Hydroblast is going to be live. Let's Bolt Strix here first. See what they do. Let's see what's on top. They're going to respond Bolt. Called it. They Bolt. A Dragon's Rage Chowder. We can't have that. So I think I may want to, in response, go for Thundering. Well, nah, I should not do that. Let's just Hydroblast. Want to kill him as soon as possible. Hydroblast the Bolt here, get some triggers. If it's not a threat, I'll probably just get rid of it. I think I want to find Murktide now. Lightning Bolts, nah. Definitely do not want another land. Let's see if the Hydroblast works. It does. Just want to find Murktide, I think. Hydroblast. The They already had double bolt, so I don't think I want to have Hydroblast. If it was a Pyroblast, maybe. Daze. Honestly, no, I just want to have Threat. That's 4 cards gone, so it's just so powerful. Just want to kill him as soon as possible, really. I'm in here. Bolt makes it I can kill them next turn, but my guess is that they definitely have some removal spell, or they could also have a way to gain life, Snapcast. So there's the removal spell that I was talking about. I will not fetch out Thundering Falls now, of course, because I do want to be able to Questing Beast. Generally, I do think that Grixis control is a tough matchup. It's a control deck that plays a lot of removal spells, so that has historically always been difficult. They leave a card on top, that's not a good sign. So they will probably bolt in my end step. What did I miss here? Did I miss anything? Why did they not bolt? I don't understand. Well, let's find out. I will just seek the beast here right now. Again, I want to find Murktide if I can, so let's get rid of these bad cards. Darcy? Yeah, I think I want to have Darcy. At least that on top. Another Questing Druid, that's funny. Ooh, damn. That's my mistake. I should have definitely played the land from exile. Ooh, that's not good. Probably won't matter all that much if I'm being honest. Small detail. I was already, in my head, yeah, definitely going to play the land for the turn. Which is not wrong, but... Anyway. So I will play Darcy number 3, because that one flies. Can still play the Questing Druid next turn. There we go. So they need 3 removal spells now. Just going to yield through the turn, because whatever. Brainstorm. You got it, my friend. When you're learning a deck, don't worry about making mistakes. The most important thing is that you realize them immediately, right? I think I made a mistake twice now. Small mistakes. And I think I did realize both of them. Maybe I missed one, but in general, I think we were correct. Oh, wow. They actually found 3 removal spells. That's insane. Because they still had... Oh, no, they didn't have Lightning Bolt. So why did they not Lightning Bolt when they had the option to? But them finding so many removal spells is ridiculous. Look at this. This is just all removal spells. I mean, Bowman's a removal spell too, so that was an insane hand. Let's sideboard. I think it's clear why this is a difficult matchup. Don't want to change anything. Feels like what I did was correct. Maybe a hearse. I just don't think it's worth it, honestly. I think I'm going to just submit. Yeah. All good. Let's keep. Delver always feels like... If you know how to play Infect, Delver is really similar to play. I always compare... Delver and Infect, they want to do the same thing, right? We have both of us have the Protect the Queen game plan. The thing is that where Delver has a more control-y shell in the form of Daisies and the Lightning Bolts, etc. Sorry, Daisies, the Lightning Bolt suite, etc. Infect has the combo suite, and that's the main difference between the two decks. So they really play very similar. Infect used to play a Wasteland in the past as well, so they are both aggro decks, even though very often people think that Infect is a combo deck, it's really not. They just concede. So, okay, they missed land drops. Why did they keep that hand? I do not understand. Honestly, they could win with 5 cards, so they should have mulliganed aggressively because they are a control deck. So if they just have 1 or 2 removal spells and they end up going to the late game, they can still win. So they should have probably mulliganed. But okay, we'll take it. What we have drawn, though... Okay. Sometimes that, unfortunately, that doesn't happen. But my hand was pretty good. It was really, really good. I'm on the draw. This hand is good, but I think there's one clear flaw here, right? The flaw in this plan is I do not have Volcanic Island. So I am on a draw, so I'm going to draw 1. I also have the Bauble that I can draw an extra 1. And I also have Island, so any cantrip is good, any land is good. So let's think statistics. I have 9 cantrips. I also have 8 fetches. I also have 4 volcanics. So I think I have around at least 20 cards in my deck that immediately turn this into a good hand. So I think I'm going to keep. I like when you're unsure what to do. I like you know, to me a lot of Magic is statistics. So statistically, I think I need to keep this. It's not like I don't have anything going on, right? So Bauble again. I'm gonna cast, and I'm actually, yeah, I'm gonna. What am I up against before I make a move? Let's see that. Force Wheel doesn't really tell me all that much, so I'm just gonna play an island. I'm gonna play. Do I even want to cast a Bauble? I think I do. I just want to draw as many cards as possible, and then hopefully find my Volcanic soon. So I like getting as much information from my opponent as I possibly can. So I'm going to let him draw the Force, and then use Mishra's Bauble again. Brainstorm, let's see what's up. Bauble, okay, so we are playing against Delver, that's good to know. So they brainstorm. They play their own Bauble. They play their own Bauble. we both have such terrible opening hands. There we have the Volcanic, nice. So I'm going to play the Volcanic and play Dragon's Rage. They're very afraid of my opponent's Wasteland. So statistically, we made the correct play, as expected. Okay, so they fetch. Thundering Falls, sure. We could see some Wasteland gaming here. They Wasteland my Volcanic, I Wasteland their Thundering Falls, and nobody has lands. Perfect. Perfect Magic. But then I do have Darcy, so that's not bad. Do I want to fight over a potential removal spell, though? I think so. I think I have to, with them Wastelanding away my Volcanic Island. We'll see. Their own Darcy. I can get rid of that. That's okay. Ponder. Okay, so I'm going to Wasteland first. They Bauble. That's okay. I will just Ponder. If they dazed it, sure. Murktide has to go. So we currently have creature, land. Oh, okay, so it's going to flip. Ooh, that is going to be a shuffle, I think. I could, since I've already taken a land up, I could preordain next turn, though. I think I want to do that. I already have a flipped Darcy now, so I should be ahead. Brainstorm, that resolves. I will start off next turn by preordaining first. I don't want to brainstorm too soon and lock myself out of the game, because with preordain I can potentially just get rid of some cards where with brainstorm I cannot, and I think at this point I just want to find the land. I think if I find the land I'm so heavily favored because look at my hand, it's so good. I'm inclined to counter this Ponder. Since they played a Ponder before playing a land, it seems to me like they are stuck on mana, but I'm not going to run into a Daze here. I just don't want to do that. No shuffle from the Ponder. They found the removal spell. They're probably going to remove Darcy. And then I'm just going to let that happen. Again, I just want to find the land, and I think we're favored. My hand's pretty good. Let's preordain first. If they Daze here, I will fight over this. I need to. Yeah, both on the bottom. Where are my lands? No land. No land. Unlucky us. So statistically, I talk about statistics a lot, I know, but we should find land soon. Now, my opponent clearly knows that I'm in trouble, so they will probably start fighting over my cantrips. Yeah, I'm not going to fight over Delver. I want to fight over Murktide if they have that. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to fight over this one, though. I hate doing this, but at least it also gets rid of a potential Daze. No Daze? Okay. That means they do not have Daze. Let's draw the land, finally. No land. Brainstorm. They might just force here. Indeed. So now the question is, how quickly am I going to find my land? If I find the land, this force will here has just made me win the game. So it depends on that. No flip. Okay. So probably Murktide or Darcy as well. Just threats. There we go. So the question is, what do I want to do now? Do I want to Murktide or do I want to play Dragon's Rage, or Unholy Heat. I think I want to play Murktide, if I'm being honest, because it just doesn't die here, and it blocks whatever they might have. Stabilizes the game very well. Just gonna put as much counters on as I can. Let's see if they have Daze. They do not. Excellent. Now, if Delver flips, we are still in trouble, because that means I'm in Lightning Bolt range. So they're probably just digging for Lightning Bolt here. They've seen one Lightning Bolt, so statistically, they will find a new one soon, because every 15 cards will be Lightning Bolt. If I find a blue card for Force Negation soon, that's okay. Preordain, sure. Let's block a Darcy. And our question is, do they have Bolt? If they do, I'm just dead anyway. Looks like they do. Yep, not much to be said here. Unfortunate. Just finding the land too late. Easy sideboarding here. I like the blasts, I like the hearses, I hate forces. I just don't like baubles. I want the rest of my deck, honestly, and if you are not sure what to cut, I just feel like it's always good to cut some number of baubles. You could even cut one more bauble to play a braid, but I think this is fine. Hand's good, let's keep. Start with this, play that, trigger, want to land. Yep, that stays on top. If they force here, that would be okay. Because they paused, so I was wondering if they were gonna... They have a Wasteland of their own. Painful, so we could be screwed here. I'm curious to see if they would Wasteland immediately. I guess they do. That's usually what you want to be doing. Called it. I'm going to slam in. I am going to play my Wasteland. In this matchup, it's not really useful to hide it. So this is usually how a Delver mirror often what it comes down to, right? If you just... The one who is able to mana denial, the other player is always favored. I'm just going to Wasteland immediately. Land, please. Nope. Okay, so we're in trouble. So now the question is, will we find a land, or are we just screwed? Okay, they're preordained, so they are digging. Okay, there we go. Back in the game. So let's slam in. Phew! I was afraid of another Wasteland here. Dragon's Rage resolves. Probably want to bolt here. I think I want to find another land. It's also a creature, so I'm going to actually put this in the graveyard because Darcy is very close to flipping. Hydroblasts. They can do their trigger first. And then I'm going to Daze. Daze. I'm going to put it in the graveyard. I need lands. They Daze back. This is all okay since I have my own Unholy Heat. Oh, right. Interesting to me that they actually let the bolt happen. Forgot about that. Maybe they just have another Daze. It's possible. There we go. Now, their hand is empty. So, with us still having Unholy Heat, I'm not unhappy with this exchange. Okay, we draw Delver. Nice. Let's kill this. Yield. So they have two Volcanics in hand that we know about. Again, afraid of Wasteland now, but nothing I can do about it. Yep, there we go. This is why I wanted to kill the Darcy immediately. Now, we have not drawn a land in a long time, so, again, statistically, we should find one soon. We've only found one fetch and one Volcanic, that's it. No, two Volcanic, sorry. No luck, let's pass. Because they're going to play Murktide, and when I draw my land, I'm going to Pyroblast it immediately. They've already used Double Daze, so the chances of them having another one are very low. Called it. There we go. So, I'm not going to wait, let's do this immediately. If they have Wasteland number 3, unfortunate for me, but can't afford to wait here. They have Daze number 3, so their hand was nuts. Double Wasteland, triple Daze. That's what you want against an opposing Delver. Let's yield. I think I'm going to brainstorm. Digging for Pyroblast? I've only found one Pyroblast, so we might very well find another one. Let's see if they also have, apart from triple Daze, if they have triple Wasteland. No, they just have Volcanic, probably another threat. Let's brainstorm. This is extremely bad. What are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna play one Delver. Now their Delver will flip because they cantrip. So if I want to have a... Yeah, I'm just going to be dead probably, but there's nothing I could do otherwise, so let's just see if they have it. Indeed they do. This was like an example of how a mirror can go heavily unfavored for you when your opponent's able to mana disrupt you. I think we saw that both games where they just had mana disruption and I couldn't follow that up, especially game 2 where they had triple days and double wasteland. It just prevented me from playing the game, and that's how the Delver mirrors very often go. I'm on the play. Let's see what we have. This hand is fine. I'm going to keep. Probably going to start with Volcanic Island into Ponder. Okay, not bad. I think I want to start with Bauble, I guess. Just so I can know what I'm up against. Flooded Strand. Well, that doesn't tell me a whole lot. Underground Sea. Okay, so that does tell me a lot. Thoughtseize. My hand's very good against Thoughtseize, honestly. I don't have a lot going on, so I'm very happy with this exchange, especially since I have double days. So I'm just going to Wasteland, play Delver, and pass. This was a very good Thoughtseize for me. They take Unholy Heat. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So Wasteland, play the Delver, pass. Let's see if Delver wants to flip. Force Will too. Now that is a good draw. So we are in full Protect the Queen mode now. They put Force Will into the graveyard. Okay. Ooh. I think I'm gonna bolt here. Just kill him as soon as possible, really. That's what you want to be doing against Reanimator anyway. Get him dead. Let's Bauble. See what they're gonna draw. Delta. Okay, they missed a land drop, so this is gonna be a good draw for them. Brainstorm is a nice draw for us. There we have the Delta. Do I want to Brainstorm here? I don't think so. I'm just going to chill. I don't need anything else, so no need to Brainstorm if you want to keep the Brainstorm to pitch the Force Will. Tundra. Swords to Plowshares. Interesting, to say the least. I think I'm going to Brainstorm in response. So with me having drawn another Delver, do I want to fight over the swords? Honestly, I think the answer is no. Then again, I do kill them so quickly. Maybe what I want to do is I want to force the swords, pitching Delver, and then keep double days up. Let's do that. Opponent's taking a long time to think, so this clearly was a good decision on our end. Okay, no responses from my opponents. So let's just slam in. Should be safe from Entomb here, so my opponent needs to get rid of Delver next turn, or I just lose. And I can double daze, so if they have swords, I can double daze and see if that's good enough. They swords. Yeah, I'm just gonna double daze here. They daze back. Okay. Normally, I would like to Thundering Falls. But if I Thundering Falls here, right, and I pay for the daze and they have another one, I'm gonna feel awful. So I think I'm actually just gonna pay. Because what I can do is I could Thundering Falls and then daze again to pick it up. But I don't want to walk into a daze, so... Looks like the daze is just going to resolve. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to daze now. Daze the swords. Now they could just have another swords. Because they picked up the Tundra, so they can replay it and then swords again. They play Temeo. That's okay. Because they need to block with that Temeo. So I'm going to get Thundering Falls and get Lightning Bolt on top. Yeah, I definitely don't want that land. So let's get rid of it. Another land. Man, my draws... my mana draws have been awful. I sometimes hear a lot of people saying that they think Mana Screw is good for the game. I couldn't disagree more. I know, maybe unpopular opinion, but I also like Lorcana. I think it's a very fun game, and Mana Screw to me is, if I could change one thing from Magic, it would be that. Don't get me wrong, I understand it's very important for the game, etc., etc. I get all that, but I just really don't like that aspect of Magic. Murktide, sure. They can't attack, so that's okay. Another land. I'm going to yield for the turn. So we now have half of all of the lands that we have in our deck. This is land number 9. Barragoyf is okay. It has lifelink, that's what's no. Another land. Okay, yield for the turn. Feel free to wasteland whatever you want, my friend. It's trust me, I have more where that's coming from. So now the downside is they will be gaining life with the Barragoyf. That's the main thing. Let's see. They find another Murktide and a Barragoyf. So my guess is they just play Murktide and win. No, they play Barragoyf because of the lifelink. Okay, sure. I'm going to draw another land here and concede. Preordain, okay. I don't think there's any way how we can still win, but let's just preordain, shall we? Bold Ponder. I'm just dead. So just blue-black aggro with Swords to Plowshares. What do we want to do here? I think Hearse is going to be good. Don't think I want Cage or Surgical. I think Pyroblast is fine, but that's pretty much it. Didn't see any reanimation package, so I'm just going to pretend like it's not there. I don't think I want to have 4 Pyroblasts, though. It's not a bad card, but they also have black threats, so I think I'm not going to play them all. Maybe 2. Seems fine. I want to have forces as well. Definitely going to trim down some number of forces. I can see myself trimming down 2 forces, and maybe just 1 Hearse. 1 Hearse, 2 Pyroblasts, and swap this for double forces. I think my deck in general should be okay. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see if we continue our drawing all of the lands. This is I'm only playing 18 lands, right? Did I accidentally play more? This is a mulligan. I'm going to keep here because I'm going to draw a land every single turn, so this is fine. Played a Darcy, played a Bauble. We have Unholy Heat, which is pretty good. I'm going to leave that one on top. They have TEMUR, sure. They're probably just going to play it right away, get an island. I'm just such a pro. Let's ponder first. Ooh, a land, that's what we wanted. I do think I want to get rid of TEMUR immediately, so I'm going to slam in. If they block, they do not block. This is fine. I think if I remember correctly, Unholy Heat should see itself going to the graveyard, so I then have land, artifact, sorcery, instant. So if I remember correctly, if I cast Unholy Heat here on TEMUR, it actually does work. Judge, you know what? I'm just going to do that because I think that's how it works. And if it doesn't, we've all learned something here. Not on top first. I will keep the Brainstorm on top. Okay, so apparently it does not work that way. If only there was a judge in my living room. Okay, so they will investigate. TEMUR will flip. And I'm just going to cast this Murktide, I think. They miss a land drop. Okay. Let's attack the TEMUR. Do we want to cast Murktide? It only gains 2 counters. Maybe not yet. Let's brainstorm first so I can potentially shuffle away some bad cards. I think I want to cast Murktide when I can cast it as big as possible. Daze. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Bolt. Okay, so I'm just going to bolt TEMUR. Put 1 Murktide in the grave. Don't want that. I guess they fight over this. And then I'm going to Daze. I'm going to leave the other Murktide on top, though. Let's Ponder. Just want to find out the Daze, really. Keep the Murktide. Ooh, well, we did find Daze. That's perfect. Never didn't have it. I want all the cards on top now, so I'm not even going to get rid of this Thundering Falls. Kind of like it. If they have another to me, I'm just going to let that resolve. Hydroblast, okay, I want to fight. I want to protect this Murktide so that can die. It has done its job. Thanks, brave soldier. I have Ponder, so I'm going to leave one instant in there. It's yield. Probably just going to Daze whatever they do, if I'm being honest. Definitely dazing the Brainstorm. Nice. So let's Thundering Falls first, see what's on top. Another Murktide. Maybe, yeah, I think that's fine. Kill him real quickly. I will Ponder, dig for Daze. Nope. Now these other two cards are bad, but I think I just want to kill them as soon as possible, so I'm just going to draw this. If they do find removal for one Murktide, I have another one. And with this Murktide, I can get rid of two of these instants, so I can actually kill them straight away. They don't even wasteland me. I'm just going to cast this here. Put some counters on this one. And they just concede. Yep, next game. A lot more blue cards this time around, so I think I will play more Pyroblasts. I don't think I want to trim down on forces against this black deck, so I'm going to cut 2 baubles. Unfortunately, I can't keep this because this hand was great. I'm going to keep here because I'm not mulliganing to 5. My opponent keeps 7. It's possible that I'm just going to lose this game very hard, but I'm not going to mulligan to 5 because then I'm just going to lose. So again, Mana Screw. Let's get rid of... It's going to be Druid or Hearse. I think I want to have Hearse here. Done. Double Wasteland. That means that I can potentially juke my opponent out of the game. Okay, let's see if they have Troll. Don't think they play it, but you can also Brainstorm here. Called it. Fetch. Okay. Okay, we draw nothing. I'm not going to show them the Wasteland. Let's see what they get with the Sewers. Leave it on top. But probably a land or a cantrip. Brainstorm. Okay. I'm not going to fight over this because if they daze back, I'd feel awful. Okay, let's Wasteland again. No land yet. Let's pass. They have found more than enough land. So I'm going to fight over this because I don't know when I'm going to find the land. And if I don't find one soon, this to me is just going to take over the game immediately. And if they do have days, which is what they do have, I'm just gonna lose anyway. So I'm gonna have one draw step here. And if I don't draw a land exactly now, I'm gonna concede because this game is over. I could have Pyroblasted here and have days backup, but I'm not gonna come back from this. Okay, so far the deck is running kind of as I expected it to. Feels very powerful, but Mana Screw can be an issue. Again, again Mana Screw. So it's just probably me being unlucky here, but it's part of the game. That's what we sign up for. We are playing a greedy deck. Now, honestly, this plays 19 lands, so my Infect deck also plays 18, and I don't have issues there. We do play Nobles, so you can count that as half a land. But generally, this is just Delver doing Delver things. It's important to know that when the games we lost were, it's not like we made awful mistakes or we didn't have a shot at the game. No, mainly the mana issues really were quite awful. But if we didn't have those, we did have interesting magic. And that's what I enjoy. So let's play some baubles here, get some triggers going. I do want to have that Wasteland. Let's see what I'm playing against. Underground Sea, so that Wasteland's going to be good. I'm not going to play it now because I don't want to have that trigger. Fatal Push on Darcy, sure. Okay, so not going to get a trigger anyway, but that's fine. I'm going to Wasteland straight away, and now I will use the Bauble. See what's up. Animate Dead. Okay, so we are playing against the dedicated Reanimator build this time. Another bolt, not very good. I wanted to have a blue card for that Force Negation. Okay, I take it back. Let's bolt straight away. Yield. Wasteland, yep. So maybe I can juke him out of the game here with my Wastelands. It happens. Nope. Triple land for my opponent. Murktide. I'm gonna play the Thundering Falls here. I want to find a blue card so I can play the Murktide and have Force Negation up. That would be ideal. I know about Animate Dead, so if they entomb me, I am screwed. Nope. They do have the Troll. Do I want to Force Negation the Troll? Or do I want to try and race this? Fortunately, racing is not really an option with one bolt in there. They also have Thoughtseize, so yikes, this is painful. What are my options? I can Force Negation, have nothing left. I cannot do anything. They will probably take Murktide, so I have nothing left. I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm curious. I don't play enough Delver to know how well the deck fares against Blue Dead Reanimator. Currently, it doesn't feel very hot. It feels to me like it's favored for blue-black. They want to animate the Troll. I guess I just counter. What else am I gonna do? Am I right? But they have the Force, so I'm gonna yield. Now Brazen Borrower would be a good draw. Force. They do not Wasteland me, which is interesting. I can't see the reasoning behind this. I guess playing around Daze, but now that they resolved the Animate Dead, why would they keep the Wasteland? It just allows me to potentially find Murktide and cast it, so I don't know. Could be wrong here. Seek the Beast. I want to do that in response to the Wasteland, I guess. I can cast them until my next end step, so. Okay, I'm going to Seek the Beast now, because I do think I want to counter this if I can. Okay, we find double cantrip, but we have Lightning Bolt, so it's okay. So probably going to Bolt Boatmasters and Ponder, and still lose, because they have Troll. I still think they should have Wastelanded me a long time ago, though. Because if I can potentially steal this game, it's because they didn't Wasteland me sooner. So Bolt, Bowmasters, Cantrip, and then what? Lose. So Bolts. Preordain. Now they have Force and Brazen Borrower. Okay, concede. I could Force, but then I still lose to this Troll. I mean, it makes sense, Brazen Borrower costing 3, but I still think they should have honestly just Wasteland me. Anyway, let's play some Pyroblasts and some Graveyard Hate. Again, not sure if I want to have all Pyroblasts here. I do consider this to be a combo deck, so I will trim down some number of Bolts. Not too many, because they still have Bowmasters. So I'm going to trim some number of Bolts, some number of Baubles. I think I only want to have 2 Pyroblasts and maybe 1 Murktide. I think this is fine. Yeah. I'm not going to complain. This is a good hand. I'm going to keep. Started off with Darcy and Bauble. Ooh, Tropical Island. I really want to get rid of this. I really, really do. But then I no longer have an out. I no longer have the option to cast Questing Druid. Then again, in this matchup, I don't think it's that important, if I'm being honest. I'm just going to get rid of it. I want to flip Dragon's Rage as soon as possible. They have Temeo. Okay, I'm going to be able to daze that, which is nice. Another land. What's Daze? TEMUR, Wasteland, Underground. No TEMUR. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Hearse. That's not bad. I'm going to Wasteland first. Are they going to Entomb? No, Troll. That's fine. Ideally, they will not reanimate a Troll, and then I can just next turn play the Hearse. Do I want to preordain here? I think I want to play around Daze, so I'm not gonna. Let's see if they have Reanimate. Now they play the TEMUR. So I'm actually going to let TEMUR resolve, because I really want to resolve Hearse. I'm going to slam in here. They'll probably not block. They do block. Wow, okay. Doesn't really matter. That 1 damage is not going to make that big of a difference. But let's play Hearse. Murktide. Yes, please. I'm just going to Hearse straight away, because I think if they had Reanimate, they would have just used it immediately. Powder Keg. Gonna Daze this one. We know about the Murktide, so that one stays. So let's preordain first. Another one. Don't want that, so Darcy will flip. Yeah, I do want both of these. Then we have the Questing Druid. Don't think I want that Questing Druid, so I'm just going to get rid of it with Ponder. Yeah. Cage 2. Don't think I need Cage. Could get rid of it. I do like Brazen Borrower, so I'm going to draw that. Can potentially bounce the TEMUR with the Brazen Borrower if I need to. Probably just going to start off with Murktide, really. Let's keep the yard clean. Play the Murktide. Not the biggest Murktide in the world, but big enough. I'd really love the Hearse, but I don't want to do that, because I need to be able to stop them from reanimating some stuff. I know there's a Cage on top, so if I play the Cage, then I can Hearse. It's going to be bigger than Murktide soon. Bounce, sure. Animating the Hearse in response doesn't make sense, because the Hearse has doesn't have unblock flyers. Should have end stepped, gotten rid of these two. Wasn't paying attention because it's not reanimation targets, but that would have been better. Let's brainstorm first. Kind of want to find Pyroblast here. Don't think I need Surgical. I do think I want to keep the Cage. Then again, do I? Probably the worst card currently in the list, right? Let's just get rid of it. I think I'm going to cast a small Murktide. If it walks into a Daze, it's okay. Baron doesn't do anything. Okay. Let's keep the yard clean. That's a good one. I think I want to slam in first. My guess is that they will end of turn draw, so I'm going to Pyroblast then. There we go. So I'm going to Pyroblast now. Don't want them brainstorming in response to this Pyroblast. Nice. That all worked out perfectly. Okay, let's keep the yard clean. They could cast this Brazen Borrower, so they can kill Murktide. So I think I'm going to Ponder first. That's pretty good. I'm going to cast the Darcy. And now, do I even care if they kill Murktide? Probably right. But then again, they can't draw if I attack with the Murktide. Let's just pass. They can still... Yeah. They don't mind killing Murktide and then not drawing a card for a single turn. It's okay for them. I think this Unlicensed Hearse, as long as I'm careful, should buy me enough time. Okay, so now they have the Hearse. So we could be in trouble. Generally, I really don't like playing around double Brazen Borrower. The entire deck only plays 2, so if they find double Brazen Borrower in the top 20 cards, statistically, that's not something you should expect. So now they need to have Entomb and Reanimate stuff, which is possible. Thoughtseize. I think I'm going to Brainstorm. probably because I want to have this Brazen Borrower. I'm going to put that one on top. I guess I do want to have Brainstorm. So I'm probably going to hide Licensed Hearse and Brazen Borrower. What are they going to pick, though? I think Unlicensed Hearse is the best one in here. So I'm going to hide these two. My guess is that they will be taking one of those. They could. So now they will probably take the Brainstorm. Then again, this Murktide could just kill them. There we go, Entomb. Now let's see. Traxa, is that game over? Okay. Now, of course, I wished that I had put the Brazen Borrower on top. I will just cast the Murktide. So they need to block now. I'm just going to yield through the turn. They could reanimate the Atraxa, the Archon again. But then I still have the Murktide flying around, so then I can Brazen Borrower and kill them. That's the idea. They concede. Okay, nice. So do I want to change anything? Maybe I do want to have, especially on the draw, another Force Negation. Baubles really weren't that impactful. Then maybe another Pyroblast on the draw. I don't hate Consign to Memory because it can stifle some triggers, but I think I just want to trim all the Baubles and play another Pyroblast. I have Force of Will, so I guess this is a keep. Not amazing, but I do have interaction. I have a lot of cantrips, so sounds pretty good against a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Okay, let's start with Ponder. That's a shuffle. Just looking for Graveyard Hate or a Forced Effect. End of turn Brainstorm into TEMUR, which is okay. I have Bolt, so... Okay, let's just chill for a while. Now, in response to them fetching, I will Bolt. There we go. I'm probably going to Entomb, so I'm going to Force. Troll, okay. Dorothy Voidwalker. Do I care? That's a Brainstorm in response. I'm not sure if I want to fight over this. Then again, I have so many Force effects that I probably do. Initially, I wasn't gonna, but yeah, I'm gonna fight over this. Let's pitch a Brainstorm. I think I'm actually just gonna try and kill them as soon as possible. So do I want to play the Murktide? It kills them quickly. 7/7. I was gonna play Delver, but I think I'm actually gonna just cast the Murktide and get him. Oh, wait a second. No, not yet. Too soon. So that's why. I knew in my head there was some reason why I wasn't going to cast Murktide this turn. And it's because I need 5 cards in the graveyard, of course. I did put Brainstorm on top, so... Wasteland. Sure, you got it. Let's float some mana. They will go to combat, and it's gone. With the Brainstorm on top, it's okay. Dorothy Voidwalker. Now, I think I'm just going to let it resolve. They want to cast the Brainstorm next turn. Be my guest. The graveyard is filled enough, so it's not that impactful anymore. So I don't think I want this. Could cast Questing Beast. Just... yeah, I think I'm actually just going to put him like this. Play the Wasteland, but just go for Protect the Queen gameplay. And actually cast the Druid. Kaito, I guess. Does this change things? Don't think so. Just gonna play the Druid, and it will become very big very quickly. They just slam in, that's fine. Ouch. Wasteland, that's not fine. They tapped a Wasteland, that's good for us. They should definitely tap another land. I'm going to counter that. Do I want to pitch Force Negation here? So I know they have Dorothy Voidwalker in hand, so they have one card I do not know about. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to counter Force Negation. So I'm just going to pitch Force Negation. Don't care about Dorothy Voidwalker. Okay, they had to reanimate. That's fine. So let's preordain. Just need to find a land so I can get rid of this Oculus. Both on the bottom. Let's draw a land here, please. No land. No land. No land. Well, I think that's game. I needed to draw a land here. Right, so how many times this league have I lost this game after having issues with my mana? I'm just going to yield through the turn. My guess is that they Wasteland, Tropical. Okay, no blocks. Then I'm going to have one draw step, and if I fail to find the land exactly here, then I'm just dead. There we have the Voidwalker. What's the follow-up? Thoughtseize. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't really matter what you pick, I think. Murktide, sure. Another Wasteland. Okay. They let me untap. Why would they let me untap with Tropical Island and not Wasteland it? Let us ponder. So I think I need to take the Volcanic. Rest is pretty bad, but let's target the Oculus. Kill the Kaito. This is so weird. If they had just Wasteland and Tropical, I never would have been able to do this. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but... Okay, so I think we just... No, we're not dead yet. They can attack with everything. But then... Still alive. Now, I know it's on top, so I think we just lose, right? Okay, now they double Wasteland me. Then it makes even less sense. Okay, concede. Okay, last game. Let's see if we have a round where we do not have mana issues. Volcanic Island. Wow, we are playing so many Delver decks. I've been, after my latest Infect video, I did make some changes and I played a couple of leagues, and if I'm comparing, I'm not exaggerating, if I'm comparing my latest Infect list to this build, I think Infect is the better deck right now, which is so so ridiculous to say. I'm digging for lands here, which we failed to find, so I'm going to shuffle. Because otherwise, if they Wasteland me, we are mana screwed again. Now, we did find the land here, finally. So, let's pass. Let's see if the Delve flips. Doesn't. Okay. So that means they've drawn Wasteland. There we go. Sure, man. You got it. You got it. Okay. I'm going to play the land and pass. Okay. We find a threat, so that means I'm going to play it and then pass. Kind of hoping they try and bolt here so I can daze. I'm just going to daze the Brainstorm because it dodges potential Wastelands on my land. It prevents them from flipping the Delver guaranteed. It also stops the Brainstorm from happening, so I think this is fine. Anything that was not a land here, I would probably just get rid of. The daze back, but that's okay, really. Didn't really need to daze this Brainstorm. It's okay, them having it. Especially since Darcy is now a 3/3. Let's see what they reveal. Bolts. So, bye-bye, Darcy. They both... they accidentally both own Delvin and they concede. That's... Oh man, this is like one of those things that only happens online, right? Imagine if this was a real paper tournament. I'm going to bolt my own Delver. Oh no! And then it happens. It's so silly. Okay, what we have drawn, would this have been a game? So we would have drawn the ponder, we would have probably pondered, this is what we would have found. We would have had bold, so it actually would have been an interesting game. It's just my opponent like accidentally bolting their own creature is just honestly hilarious. Anyway, you cut forces for blasts, and the rest of your deck is pretty well set up to deal with what I'm trying to try and do. That's it. Submit. I guess I could play one more Abrade for a bauble. If we go to game 3, I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep this hand. It's fine. It's not excellent or anything, but it's too good to mulligan. A Delver. I'm just going to get rid of it. Kind of hope they daze back. And then I can daze. Let's hover over to this daze already. Called it. Next turn, I'll probably start with Thundering Falls. If they wasteland that, that's okay. Could also just play the fetch to play around a potential wasteland. That's probably better. Not a fetch. Yeah, let's play the fetch land. They will get Thundering Falls and leave the card on top. Delver. Okay. So I am going to play around days the best I can. Okay, I was about to say that I'm not going to do anything and stuff. Their turn brainstorm, but drawing Dragon's Rage Channeler does change that. Delver reveals Hydroblast. That's good for Darcy. Wasteland, called it. So now I probably just start with Thundering Falls. I want to resolve Murktide. They are down to 3 cards, so we have time. I'm at a healthy 17 life currently, so... another land, that changes things. I'm just going to brainstorm right now. Put Tropical and Thundering Falls back. I prefer not to have to use this Pyroblast. Probably should have Thundering Falls in the end step. Small mistake. So I'm just going to Murktide. Really hope they force here. Okay. No force. Maybe they have Pyroblasts. Questing Druid. Well, Seek the Beast, sure. What did they find? They found Island and Scalding Tarn. I will hand you those gladly. So I'm definitely not going to... Okay, never mind. Pyroblast works. I was about to say that I'm not going to end of turn Thundering Falls now because I don't want to tap out in case they have Hydroblast. But since they had Pyroblast, that does change everything. Bauble is fine. They target themselves so they can potentially fetch away the bad card. Play the Druid, sure man. Now I will Thundering Falls. Don't care about the Druid. Maybe I should. Nah. Thundering Falls. Let's put Preordain on the bottom. I think I just want to find removal spells. Wasteland's okay, I guess. So I'm gonna Wasteland the Tropical. Pyroblast the Delver. And Ponder. Bolt. Ideally I'm gonna Bolt next turn, but we shall see. I guess I should Bolt now. Response to the brainstorm. Let's see if they have days. Already used one. No days. Bit afraid of Murktide now, but nothing I can do about that. A Delver is okay. Darcy. That's scarier. So I think I'm actually gonna Seek the Beast now. Maybe there's a Wasteland on top. Also an island. Not ideal. Let's just Wasteland. Thundering Falls. And pass. If Delver flips, I think we're screwed. It does flip. Let's see. No bolt yet, so I think we're just dead. Preordain. They are digging. Ponder. More digging. They've almost gone through half their deck, so they will find it soon. And what do I need to survive? A lot of luck. That's not luck. Let's just seek the beasts. No, I think we're dead. Let's ponder. There's one bolt, but it's not enough. Let's concede. On the draw, I just probably want to have these abrades as well, and also hearses. Hearses are really good in the mirror. Alright, last one. And immediately mulligan because of mana screw. We can't have a ram without mana screw now, can we? Not terribly exciting, but let's just keep. I don't want to mulligan to 5. And the hand, it's not like it's awful or anything like that. It's just pretty meh. Let's play Delver. Pass. Dragon's Rage. Okay. Let's see if Delver flips. Does abrade. Let's just kill the Darcy straight away. Slam in here. Bolt Delver. Okay. Another threat. Let's get Thundering Falls. Bolt. Yes, please. Going to abrade straight away. Pass. Another threat. I have a threat of my own. Okay. So in the upkeep, I'm gonna bolt. Oh, wait a second. That's not correct. I don't want them having that trigger. I don't want them to have information, potentially shuffle a bad card away. So let's just bolt right now. That happens, sure. So we are getting in a situation where the first person to get Murktide to stick is probably going to win. Because we are using all of our resources to kill each other's stuff. They have already used one Pyroblast. So, and it may come down to me mulliganing to 6 and having fewer cards left. This is why you really don't want to mulligan too low against opposing Delver decks. Even if the hand is relatively medium, if you usually trade 1 for 1, and one card can be extremely important. Another land. Okay, let's preordain. All bad. Let's put them on the bottom. 2 more lands. Yikes. Hydroblasts. Just gonna cast it immediately. And yield. Just gonna yield through the turn again. Wasteland. Sure, man, go wild. There we have the Murktide. So now I need to find Pyroblast or get annihilated very quickly. If I draw my own Murktide, they are down to 14, and I have more life than them, so I think if we end up going to a Murktide battle, I'm favored. Just going to play the Misty here. Okay, we did find Murktide. Man, this is just a... What a back and forth of killing each other's stuff this game has been. Okay, so let's find Murktide, please. Bolts. Okay. Guess it's not the end of the world. That's going to get bolted immediately. Get out of here with that stuff. Seek the Beast would be cool. Let's ponder. There we have the Murktide. Just going to cast it. Make him have an answer. I've said before, we are in Murktide territory. I don't want to wait to cast this Murktide. My opponent also F6 through the turn, so I knew that they didn't have Daze. Okay, they're going to bounce. That was telegraphed. Who's going to cast it again? It's a bit smaller, but still big enough. Okay, they just draw and pass. Let's ponder. Okay, not bad. I think I want to have Darcy this turn. Let's slam in first. Another Dragon's Rage. Sorry, another Brazen Borrower. No, just hard cast. But that's okay, because I will attack. I guess they block. They could block and bolt, which is okay. Slowly taking over the game here, especially with my next draw being so good. Kind of hoping that they go for their own Murktide so I can bounce that. Let's see, what am I missing? So I am missing an instant. Or an artifact, but there we have the Murktide. Excellent, excellent stuff. 3/3. Oh, okay, no instants and sorceries. Okay. Let's bounce. Trigger. Wasteland has no more use in this game. Slam in. Let's yield for the turn. I think this game should be over soon unless they find Pyroblast. They find Hydroblast, that's okay. And now they will recast the Murktide. Sure. Another Darcy, gonna cast it. Just gonna cast a Basement Borrower straight away. Why waste time? They know I'm gonna do that anyway, so looks like they found a Daze. Snapping in, putting them 1. They can't fetch anymore, nor can they cast Force Will. I will just attack with both. Shuffle, they did not find Pyroblast. And they concede, because I'm just going to attack with both. Okay, so finishing thoughts. How do I feel about Delver? I think this is, as I said, the game's played out as I expected they would when you're playing a Delver deck. All the matches are relatively 50-50. Does it feel particularly strong or overpowered to me? Absolutely not. I think if this is the best deck in the format's fine. And I didn't feel like I was waltzing over everyone, not at all. In fact, I felt like Infect is stronger at this point, but that's probably because I know the deck better. In general, I'm happy that we are seeing a return of the deck, because I feel this is the kind of deck that you want to have as the best deck in the format. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to also comment, and I will respond to every comment I see. Okay, see you next time. Bye.